The air on the street outside the Grand Mosque was thick with life.
It buzzed with the chatter of vendors, the aroma of spices and freshly baked bread, and the vibrant colors of 1,000 textiles. Amidst this beautiful chaos was Hassan, a young boy whose eyes saw more than just the surface of things.
He wasn't just looking. He was observing. While others hurried past, his gaze often lingered on the small details that told bigger stories.
One Friday, as the call to prayer echoed through the streets, Hassan's attention was drawn to a collection of shoes left by the mosque's entrance.
They were a jumble of sandals, slippers, and formal wear, each waiting for its owner to return from their prayers.
But one pair stood out, not for its beauty, but for its brokenness. They were all worn out, leather shoes, cracked and faded by time and countless miles.
The soles were peeling away, and the laces were frayed, threads barely holding them together.
Hassan felt a pang of curiosity. Who did they belong to?
What journey had they walked? He imagined the feet that wore them, picturing a person whose life was as weathered as their footwear. The prayers concluded, and a stream of men began to emerge, reclaiming their shoes and melting back into the bustling street. Hassan waited, his eyes fixed on the tattered pair.
Soon, an elderly man appeared, his back stooped with age, and his movements slow and deliberate.
He had a kind, gentle face, etched with the lines of a long and perhaps difficult life.
He walked towards the shoes, and Hassan's heart sank as he watched the man bend down with a weary sigh. The old man struggled to put them on. His frail fingers fumbled with the broken laces. He tried to tuck the peeling sole back into place, but it was no use. As he finally stood up, a look of quiet resignation settled on his face.
There was no complaints, no outward sign of frustration, just a silent acceptance of his reality.
He took a few careful steps, limping slightly, and disappeared into the crowd.
The image seared itself into Hassan's mind. That night, he couldn't sleep.
He tossed and turned, the picture of the old man and his broken shoes replaying in his thoughts. He felt a deep ache in his chest, a powerful wave of empathy that he couldn't ignore. This wasn't just pity. It was a profound desire to help, to ease the burden of a stranger he had only seen for a moment. He thought of his own small collection of coins, saved up for weeks to buy a new toy car he had been dreaming of.
Suddenly, the toy car seemed insignificant.
The next morning, Hassan made a decision. He took his savings jar, a small clay pot filled with his precious coins, and emptied it onto his bed. He counted every last piece.
It was just enough.
With a determined heart, he went to the market, not to the toy store, but to the shoemaker's shop.
He searched for a pair that was not fancy, but strong and comfortable.
He chose a sturdy pair of dark brown leather shoes, simple and practical, with thick soles and strong laces. They felt solid and dependable in his hands. With the new shoes in a bag, he hurried back to the mosque, his heart pounding in his chest. It was a strange mix of nervousness and exhilarating excitement. What if the man didn't come today? What if someone else took the shoes? He found the spot where the old, tattered pair had been the day before. Carefully, he placed the new shoes right there, side by side, as if they were waiting for their rightful owner. Then, he hid behind a large pillar, his eyes peeking out, his breath held in anticipation. Time seemed to stretch on forever. Finally, after the midday prayer, the old man emerged. He walked slowly towards the spot, his eyes on the ground. When he saw the new shoes, he stopped dead in his tracks. A look of utter confusion washed over his face. He looked around, perhaps thinking he was in the wrong place. He glanced down at his bare feet, then back at the brand new shoes. He bent down, hesitantly, touching the smooth leather, his brow furrowed in disbelief. He looked around again, searching for an explanation, for a face in the crowd. Finding no one, he slowly, almost reverently, slipped his feet into the new shoes. They were a perfect fit.
A slow smile spread across his face, a smile that seemed to erase the weary lines of his long life.
He stood up, testing them, taking a small step, then another. The limp was gone. He looked up at the sky, his lips moving in a silent prayer of thanks.
His eyes shimmered with unshed tears of pure, overwhelming gratitude.
He then turned and walked away, not with the slow, pained shuffle of before, but with a renewed spring in his step, a new lightness in his gait.
From his hiding spot, Hassan watched him go, a warmth spreading through his entire body.
It was a feeling more wonderful than any toy could ever bring.
It was the quiet, profound joy of giving. The deep peace that comes from easing another's burden without seeking any recognition.
He had learned a lesson that day, not from a book or a teacher, but from the quiet language of the heart.
The best charity, the purest form of kindness, is often the one done in secret, a silent gift from one heart to another. Thank you for watching.
If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that inspires.